activities. But today we'll do a really quick introduction. As you know, this is our goal setting workshop. So we'll do a quick introduction, have some icebreaker, and then go into the presentation, do a quick activity about SMART goals or goals, and then do survey, and then leave and then start working towards those goals. So since there's really, I guess we'll all do this, but if you are on your Teams, you should be able to see the chat box, or open it. If you look at the top of your screen, you'll see there's like a little talking box. If you click on that, you'll see something that looks similar to this little message where you can type a message or add a couple other things. So choose an emoji or a GIF or any image from the mood board that kind of represents how you feel currently. So we have a couple of weeks into the semester under our belt. So kind of, and of course it's Friday, but yeah, just choose something, put it in the chat box, and then we'll go around and share your name, your major and program, and then why you chose the emoji, GIF, or image from the search bar. Okay, so I'm seeing it. Hannah, you have a very nice emoji with glasses who looks really excited. And Sandy, I'm going to let you explain that one, but I do remember that's from, is that Full House? Is anybody having a little bit of trouble seeing the chat option? Okay, so if you go to, I'm going to show the pointer. If you go where it says type a message in your, are you there? Can you see that? Do you see underneath, should have a smiley face, or it doesn't let you see that? What about you, Charlotte? Does it let you see that?
I'm not seeing it either.
Are you guys on a Mac or a PC?
A Mac. Oh, go ahead.
I think there's issues with the chat if you're on a Mac.
I can update it, so that's probably why. Yeah, okay, sorry.
Well, if that's okay, you can still just choose if you want to copy and paste something, put it in there, or type a description or a word, anything. But I guess, Hannah, we'll have you start and share your name, and then the major and program that you're in, and then why you chose the GIF or the emoji you did, and then how you're feeling, I guess, about this semester so far, and then also about today.
Okay, well, hi everyone. My name is Hannah. I am majoring in psychology and minoring in interpreting. I have a lot of schoolwork I have to do today, which is why I chose that emoji. I need to just stay focused and get it done, and that's my goal for the semester, is just to stay on top of the work and just not let it overwhelm me, as it is my last semester at SPC. So yeah.
Okay. And as you guys know, my name is Charlene. I am one of the PATHe counselors at USF. So I actually moved from SPC to USF. However, it is still, we're still serving you guys the same exact way. You can still email, call me. My email just has changed. But I chose this great Bernie Sanders It's Friday meme or GIF, because that's how I feel. Like, usually if I'm at a meeting or a function, I'm just like, I'm here, I'm ready to kind of go, I'm freezing, but I'm still excited that it's Friday and I get to enjoy the weekend. Okay, Sandy.
Hi, everybody. I'm Sandy DiCarlo, another PATHe counselor. I'm pretty familiar with everybody. Yeah, my GIF is just how I feel when I realize Monday is going to be February. I don't know what happened to January. I feel like we just came back from the break. But yeah, I've been feeling that way kind of the last couple of days, like, what? It's going to be January. So I'm going to be February. So that explains mine.
Okay. And Danica.
Hi, I'm Danica Walker. I'm a past counselor at USF St. Petersburg campus. So I chose this just for two reasons. The first is to pay homage to Cicely Tyson, who unfortunately lost yesterday. However, I also chose it because I'm in a space of delirium where I have so much work to do that I just start like smiling and laughing because I don't know how else to handle it. So that's where I'm at today.
Okay, Eka, I love this, but go ahead and you can introduce yourself and share your day.
Hello, my name is Eka. My major I'm working on is criminology. And the emoji I put was a smiley face. It's kind of all I could do, but I don't know, I'm feeling a lot of ways. I'm very tired. My sleep schedule is messed up. So I probably would have put the tired emoji or the hungry emoji. There's probably not a hungry emoji, but like a food emoji because I'm really hungry. I haven't eaten yet. Yeah, that's all.
And Summer, I see that you joined. We are just sharing our name, the major program that we're in, and then if you can put an emoji, a GIF, or a picture there, you can to just describe how you're feeling about the semester or today. So I'll give you a chance to do that.
Okay. Hi, I'm Summer. I'm working on, well, my major is biology. I'm working on that. And I think my emoji would be similar to Eka. I think just like a smiley face. I'm happy it's Friday and the weekend's here.
So fast. The weekend does go by extremely fast, but thanks for sharing a little bit of that and how you feel. Right now, we're going to say you just won $1 million. You won $1 million, everyone, $1 million. Whoop, 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 whoop. So take a moment, reflect. What is your first reaction? What are you going to do? What are the first things you're going to use your money on? Basically, take a few moments and then we'll share a little bit about that, what you would do with your $1 million now that you are a millionaire. So take a few moments, write it out. You can draw it out, you can sing it out, but take a few moments and then we'll go around and share what we would do with our million. Okay, about another minute or so. So, does anyone want to go first as a new millionaire, sharing what they'll do and some of their first reactions and things like that?
I'll go. So I'd probably be really, 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 really extremely shocked. I'm not a lucky person. So I don't know, I just feel really, really like excited and shocked and like grateful that I'm a millionaire now. So then I do two things with it. I really like always have wanted to travel, just be able to like just say, oh, I'm gonna go here and go and not worry about like money or how, just anything. So I travel a lot. And then the other thing I do is donate to a homeless charity because I have like a really big issue with like the amount of homeless individuals we have. And I feel like there's so many other things to like be concerned about in the world, but a lot of people aren't concerned about that. Like there are so many homeless people literally like in our community outside our doors, and yeah, so I just would want to help them out and be able to give them the funds to do that.
That's. Would you donate a certain amount, or would you just?
I mean, like right now I'm thinking at least like half of it, just because like I wouldn't need that much, and like I would rather see it like benefit somebody more. Like I can use the other half for traveling, no problem. But if I'm helping somebody out, like I would rather do that.
I need you to win $1 million ASAP because we need more people like you winning $1 million, honestly. Anyone want to go next? Thank you, Eka.
I can go next.
I can. Okay.
So my first reaction, I would have two. I would be really excited, but also terrified. Um, Only because it's like, okay, that's a lot of money, but it's not a lot of money. So you don't want to like spend it all, but you also don't. Yeah, it's a lot. What I would do next is I would plan out how I wanted to spend my money. So I would consider some of the priorities that I have, which are debt, buying a house, traveling, and the future. So I would plan to save, and I would help out my family. So I would consider my mom, my sister, my brother, my grandmother, as well as some of the causes that are interesting to me. So I'm really passionate about education. So in the city of Cleveland, so I would probably donate some money to them as well.
Thank you for sharing. About how much do you think you would put towards any specific thing? Like, how much would you put towards like traveling or giving to your family? Or
It wouldn't be a lot of money towards either of those things. Um, Primarily because I already travel and I do that without $1 million. So I don't imagine like I would become super like bougie and spend a lot of money on traveling because it's more about the experience than how much money I spent. So I would probably, if I had to estimate, I'd probably say I would spend like $200,000 on a house, and I would maybe give like my sister $50,000 towards school, and buy my mom and my grandmother houses, which would probably be another $200,000 combined. So it's about $500,000 right there.
that's cool. Okay, thank you, Nika. Hannah, you're next.
Okay, so I feel like my first reaction was just to laugh out of like disbelief, because like that's usually what happens to me when like I don't see something coming. I just start laughing as my reaction. And then I feel like I'd kind of be excited because like I don't know, I feel like everybody always talks about like what they would do if they won the lottery, and then like it's actually happening and it's like, "Oh, good for me." Um and then I think I would probably, like, if I did win, I would just figure out what I would want to do with the money. And I always say I would go half and half. Like I take some for like me and my family, and then like put the other half to like good use. So I would probably help um like a bunch of like charities. Definitely like donate a bunch of money to like the church and school that like I grew up at. Um Help some of like my family members, like my cousins and my aunts that I know like could use that. So I'd put it to good use as much as I could. I'd probably forget that I had the money, and maybe I would want to go traveling, like a big extravagant trip, but I'd probably only do like one big one instead of like a bunch of like little ones, if that makes sense. But yeah, I think that's what I would do. And probably save a little bit if I had extra.
Yeah, that part isn't. Okay, thank you, Hannah. Summer, Charlotte, Sandy, anyone want to go next?
I can go next. I can be really like cheap with my money. So I feel like what I would do to kind of like make my money stretch is I might buy like a really small, like kind of rundown cabin somewhere I really like maybe like Georgia mountains or something like that. And then I'd put the rest of my money towards fixing that up so I could go up there, fix it up when I had a free weekend, and then head back home. I would definitely I'm trying to think. I would definitely give a good amount of it to charity, but I'd have to think about which ones I'd want to give it to and like how I would do that. It'd be cool to start like a business and like all of it goes to charity if that makes sense. So it could kind of like keep going. But besides that, I can be like I'll like shove it in a bank account and forget I have it. So that's probably what I would do.
Thank you. Sandy or Summer?
I could go.
Go ahead, Summer.
Okay. So my first reaction, pretty much like everybody else, just super happy I won. And I think I would try to keep it a secret that I won the money because all of a sudden I'd probably have all these friends. And as far as what I would do, honestly, I don't know what I would do. I'd probably just put it in a bank, live off the interest for a while until I could like really figure out who it would help out and stuff like that.
I think a lot of people would be so astounded, they're just like, I don't know what to do, but they won't tell. I would probably follow that route as well, Summer. I wouldn't even quit my job. I would just keep working and living like every day. Everything's fine. Thank you, Summer. Sandy?
Yeah, kind of similar to what everybody else said. At first, I'd be in total disbelief because, kind of like Eka, I am not a lucky person. I mean, if ever, forget lottery tickets, scratch off tickets, spin wheels, whatever it is, I'm just not, I don't win very much. So yeah, I'd be in total disbelief, and I'd probably keep it to myself. Probably really spend a lot of time just kind of planning what to do with it, pay off any debts that I have. And then I think I'd probably just split it in half, and like half of it would be to put some for savings and to just be able to not worry as much about money. Definitely travel, but like everyone else shared, I'm not a real extravagant traveler, but I do like to explore places. And then the other half, I think I would try to come up with some kind of nonprofit or some kind of business where I could help people, but oversee how I'm helping people to make sure the right people are being helped, and meaning where all the money wasn't going into just planning, that it was actually put into action to benefit people. So I think that's what I do. Better go buy a ticket.
Yeah, I almost feel like, maybe I should go buy a ticket. But let's say now that instead of $1 million, you only have $100,000. How are you going? Is there anything that's going to change? What would you do differently? I think you're on mute, Sandy.
Okay. I think I would still, the first couple of steps, just like pay off any debts that I have, look at my family members, see if there's any real struggles that I could help them with, and then probably save for like unexpected things.
Hannah, Eka, Summer, Charlotte, what would you guys do if anything? Like, because 1,000,000, 100,000, what would change?
Well, that is a big difference. So I would just budget more and like really think about like how much money, I have and what I can use it for. I'd still definitely donate and like put aside a little bit for traveling funds, Um, but I'd also, separate it into like emergency funds and like just regular spending and, like budget basically.
Okay. Hannah, Charlotte, Summer, you guys similar?
Yeah. I definitely think I would want to keep like the same amount of like giving as much as I could, but I would have to budget it out more. Like obviously like I would still want to keep some for myself to travel, but I would still want to help like my family members that I know need it and like still give to like the charities and things that like weigh so heavy on my heart. So it would just require a little bit more budgeting and not a lot of money for everybody in the end. I mean, even like ourselves, if we are giving more than we're taking like for ourselves, it would still be everybody's not getting as much as they would if I had $1,000,000, but it's better than nothing. So just spending more time budgeting and figuring out things. So
Charlotte, Summer, anybody else want to add on, or we're all in the same camp?
I would definitely have to give up the cabin dream, but I think I'd travel instead. And I'd still have to save, and I would definitely save half of it and still try to figure out like how I would make that work.
It was 50,000.
I think for my original plans, um, I would probably cut out like the plan to purchase a house for myself. I would still plan to assist my family in ways that I could, as well as like take out my debt. I think this highlights the core values that I have because one, my family is really important to me, which is a great thing, but it also could be a challenging thing. I think also it reflects my goals personally because like there are still other things that I can do, such as I can still travel, I can still like cover debt. Um, I would also be able to, I guess, probably consider more down to earth decision making processes. So like buying a house in Florida is way more expensive than buying a house in Ohio. So that can still happen in certain ways. So
Okay, anyone else? Well, not only and just thinking about what you would do differently, I always kind of think of like the $1,000,000 being a dream and 100,000 being an actual goal. When we have dreams, we're just like, oh yeah, I'll do this and this and this and this, and we really don't necessarily think about it as much. But with goals, it takes a little bit more planning and things like that. So, what is a goal? According to Latham and Locke, it's an object of an action, an object or aim of an action to attain a specific standard of proficiency, usually within a specific time limit. So, when people I put that up there because I think that goals is something that we use the word a lot, and it's just like, what is a goal? And it's just like, okay, it's an object or an aim of an action for a very specific thing within a specific time limit. So, goal setting is the actual process of taking those active steps to get to that outcome or the goal. So, in general, you're going to have like three types of goals, and it goes process goals to performance goals and then outcome goals. And they're almost like steps and ladders. So, with process goals, those are the different strategies that we use that will help increase our chances of getting to an outcome. And then a performance goal are those different standards that we will perform our process goals. And then the outcome goals are the specific actual goals that spell out the results or what we hope to achieve in the end. So when you're thinking about goals and goal setting, the process usually involves setting a process goal, a performance goal, and an outcome goal. So that is the actual goal setting process. How do we do that? We got to be smart about it. So goal setting in the end should be smart. Does anybody has anyone heard of SMART goals? No. Sandy, I see you smiling. Okay, so SMART goals. SMART goals are goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time based. So when you hear people are saying, "Oh yeah, make a goal," they should be SMART, meaning that they should follow this acronym or have these 5 components. So for specific, first letter, A goal that is clear and specific needs to be, or a goal needs to be clear or specific. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to really focus your efforts or really be motivated. So when you're thinking about how to make a goal specific, you have to think about, the 5 Ys or 5 Ws, excuse me, 5 Ws. Who is involved? What do you want to accomplish? Why is this goal important? Where is it located? Which of the resources, or are there any limits involved? So it's just like if you're able to answer these questions about a goal, it's most likely going to be a specific goal. So that's one thing that most goals need to be. After being specific, we need to make sure that our goals are measurable. So it's important to really have these measurable goals so that we can track the progress of it and stay motivated. So that means you got to stay focused, meet deadlines, and really feel excitement about getting closer to your end result. And it usually, if it's measurable, can address the questions of like how much or how many, and how will I know when it's accomplished? So making sure that your goals are measurable as well as specific are very important. Goals also need to be achievable. I want to be Beyonce. Probably isn't an achievable goal. So it has to be realistic and attainable to be successful and achievable. So it should still kind of, stretch your abilities, be a little bit outside of your comfort zone, but it still has to be something that's possible. I still am going to become Beyonce, I promise. When you set an achievable goal, you're probably going to be able to overlook opportunities and resources that are probably going to bring you closer to it. So if a goal is achievable, it's usually going to be able to answer how you are going to be able to accomplish this goal, and then how realistic is this goal based on other constraints. I can't be Beyonce because I was born Charlene. I also can't sing, and she's here already. But so therefore it's not realistic or achievable. And then another thing that goals have to be is relevant. So this step is really ensuring that your goal matters to you and that it also aligns with your other goals. So we need sometimes some help, but it's important to retain control over your goals or the things when you are making sure that they're relevant. So make sure that your plans drive everyone forward, but that you're still responsible for achieving your own goal. So a relevant goal is going to be able to say yes to these type of questions, like, does this seem worthwhile? Is this the right time? Does this match other efforts or needs? Or does this align with personal objectives? So if you can answer yes to these questions in relation to other goals that you have or things that are relevant to you at the time, then it's relevant. Sometimes you might see within the SMART goals that relevant can also be, what was it? It's relevant. I sometimes think sometimes they might say realistic, but I also say relevant. And then time-based. Every goal needs an end date, a target date, so you have a deadline. So you have something to focus on and work towards. It also helps when everyday tasks kind of come in, and that way you can prioritize your end goal so that these smaller goals don't just take over them. So again, with time, you're going to be able to answer when the goal needs to be attained, what you can do today in order to achieve that, and then what can you do within the next number of weeks or months from now to achieve that. So it's just like, okay, time-based. When is it due? What can I do today? What will I be able to do tomorrow? What will I be able to do in a week to make sure that by the time it's due, I've achieved it. So this kind of just breaks down what a goal should be when you are creating them. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-based. Okay, so with that being said, have you guys had any goals that you set for yourself this semester or in general about the semester or something that you've been working on?
Yeah, I have one. Since I do like all online classes just with like COVID and like not feeling comfortable going to campus, it does get like a little overwhelming making sure all the due dates are the correct ones to have written in my planner. So I designate like certain days for certain classes to help stay on top of the work and like ensure that like the deadlines are the correct ones and everything will get turned in on time. So that just requires me just like kind of using this in a way to make sure, okay, like on Mondays, I make sure I do at least this little bit of the assignment for this class and this one for this one, just to do a little bit to stay on track and not get overwhelmed on the weekends. So I have to do that today anyway. So it's kind of funny that we were talking about that. But that's one of the goals that like I've set. So it requires me to sit down at the beginning of the week and switch around classes sometimes depending on workload. But it does work and it helps a lot. So.
Anyone else have any goals that they just had, whether they were SMART goals or not? Like, this is something I'm going to do.
Similar to Hannah, I made myself get a planner. I've had a planner before, but like to actually keep up with it and like make it a fun time, so I'm not just like sitting here with a blank planner, like trying to look for the due dates when they're not in there. So before school started, or like the first day, I like went in and wrote down all of the due dates for like the whole semester so that I know when things are due, because I have a tendency of mixing up my dates. So, yeah.
I'm there with you. Okay. And what is also really cool about goals and SMART goals in general is that these smaller goals are just a smaller piece of a larger goal that you might have. So it's just like when you have a long goal, sometimes it's easier to chop them up into smaller pieces. So I'm pretty sure that one goal that we all have is to graduate from college, right? So one way we can do that is by one, setting smaller goals each semester, or setting, like you said, smaller goals of making sure that we get our homework and assignments done by passing certain classes. So sometimes when we do have such large goals, whether it's like really daunting or not, we can chop them up into smaller goals and then make sure that those smaller goals are also SMART goals, in that they are specific, measurable, achievable, relatable, relevant, and then time-based. So what I would like to do now, what we can do now is, if you, and I'm not sure how this might work on a Mac, if you are able to, but quickly, did anyone have any questions on what any of these meant specifically? Did it make sense? Or you like, okay, that I can see how this is SMART. Okay, so if you look inside of the actual chats, you should see files. Do you see the files for this meeting? No worries. No worries. So I will just share it in the chat box then. Okay, I will share this with you so you can see. This is a template. When you are in this team, it's a template you can use specifically for any goal that you have to make sure that it is SMART, and then also keep in mind and put it somewhere that you can see it so you are constantly reminded of it. Because another thing with goals is that if you do see it, it does help you to remember them and recall what you're working towards. Stop sharing that for a moment, and I will share this. Are you able to see that? So this is an actual form. You can write it down on a piece of paper for now, but I'll email it out as well, to write some of your goals, and then go through and make sure that we're able to answer those questions and ensure that they fit within the SMART model, or the SMART goal model. So take one of the goals that you guys have right now, whether it's, getting your homework done or, finding something to eat that's really good after this. Make sure that it's smart. So we'll work on this for about 5 minutes and then we'll come back and share it with each other. That's all right? Cool. Okay, so I'm going to actually zoom in so you can see it. All right. I'll play some Chilled Cow while we're doing that. Thank you, Chilled Cow. All right. So, if you guys haven't heard of Chilled Cow, I'm pretty sure already it is a YouTube channel, Spotify playlist. I'm not sure if Apple iTunes has it, but it does give just really relaxing lo-fi chill beats to relax and study. So I use that a lot because sometimes it's like I need noise, but I don't want words. So would anyone like to share their SMART goal first? Summer.
Yeah, I could share mine.
All right, so what was your initial goal, or what is now your SMART goal?
All right, so now my SMART goal is for the rest of the semester to stay like really organized and on top of the assignments that I have to do. Because I feel like just writing everything down in a planner and just being organized, that'll like really help me get all my stuff done and make sure that I get all my credits that I need.
So you would like for your goal this semester is to be more organized and on top of your things. If I'm correct.
Yeah.
Okay. And so, how detailed, clear is that? So specifically, that's your S. How is it measurable? How are you going to measure this goal?
I think after every class, I'm gonna like make sure that I write down what to do.
Okay. So specific. Summer wants to stay on top of her things and organized. And how will we know when it's accomplished?
I think after I write it like down in the planner and I check mark it off, I guess.
Okay. So, and how are you going to accomplish this goal? Is by writing it down in your planner?
Yeah.
And then, does this match other efforts and needs? Seem worthwhile? Align with your personal objectives?
I think it does.
Awesome. And then, when is your target date? Or I guess, when is this goal going to be complete?
I think I'm gonna keep it going through college and everything, but I'll just say like till the end of the semester.
Okay. So by the end of the semester, if you write down all of your assignments, that's how we know you achieved it. And you check them off as complete. That's how we'll know you've achieved it, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Summer. And anyone else?
I can go next.
Okay.
So my goal is to save $3,000 by December. Um, Specifically, I will accomplish this by saving $270 per month. This is an important goal to me because I really value saving. I keep a spreadsheet of like my finances, so that's where this goal will be located. And I plan to utilize one my Excel spreadsheets, but also my friends to remind me to save money. Um, so that's the specific and kind of the measurable.
Mm-hmm.
The attainable is also kind of mentioned. So it's pretty realistic based on like how I've managed my budget thus far, and is related to like other goals that I have. And the time is within the next year.
It'll be by December, you'll have $3,000 in your bank account by putting 275 a month away, keeping it attainable because it kind of aligns with your budget and everything like that. So that is a very specific SMART goal, a very SMART goal. So I will remember that.
No, you don't need to. Thank
Yeah,
you.
we'll remember that. Okay. Anyone wants to go next?
I can go next. So my initial goal that I wrote was get a job by the end of March. And my specifics, I wrote obtain a job that I'm comfortable with and provides me with an efficient source of income. And to do that, I'm going to start looking for jobs that interest me and like weeding out the ones that I like wouldn't feel comfortable at and like don't really interest me, and then start applying to jobs. Start sending in some applications. I think it's measurable and achievable. I think I gave myself a good amount of time. And relevant, it definitely is relevant. I need a job badly. I need to get out of the house. I need to meet new people. I need money. And I know my mom has been like needing me to get a job, you know, because I used to have a job, but then I quit. Kind of not a good thing on my part because I kind of need it back, but it's all good. I didn't like it anyways. So I just want to be able to like upgrade from like the mall and like be able to work at something that I actually like and like get more money than that. And timely. So I did my start date as February 1st and the end date is March 31st. So I think that's a good amount of time. Maybe, like, I don't know if that's too short or not, but I think it's pretty decent.
Awesome. Yeah, that's a smart goal, and hope you get a job. Exactly. Hannah?
Yeah, so I actually used this for a goal that I had already planned for today. So now it's just better planned out. So I have a busy weekend, so I want to get all of my work done for this week, done today, or if at most, maybe like one assignment on Sunday. So for the specifics, I just said like take it class by class and just be realistic. Getting all the hard stuff done today and then leaving some easy ones that are quick to take care of on Sunday, so I'm not overwhelmed. Measurable. After I plan everything out, I should be able to get it done just because now I will have like a checklist and I can go off of that. Achievable. Definitely achievable. I worked for like 7 hours last week in one day just getting everything done, so I know I can do it again. And I said for that, limit the amount of distractions, so like leaving my phone or something on the other side of the room and just have music playing off like my laptop or something so I'm not tempted to look at my phone. So I think if I limit the distractions and just really stay focused, he'll be able to get done. And then it's very relevant because I already had it planned, so now it's just planned better. And it's something I need to do. Like, there's just no way around it. And then for the start date, I said today, and for the end date, I said today, with the exception of a few on Sunday or one tomorrow morning. So, yeah.
And Charlotte or Sandy? Anyone want to share one of theirs?
Yeah, I can share one of mine. So the one I did, it was kind of similar to you guys's. I want to end the semester with all A's and specific. I just need to put in the effort to get A's in all my classes, keep all my assignments in order, attend the Zoom classes that I do have, like as a video chat. It's measurable because obviously I can tell if I get a 90 or higher, then I've gotten an A for SBC standards. It's achievable because I've done it in the past, and last semester I wasn't able to reach that goal, but I also had a lot of business-based classes, which aren't really my thing, whereas this one is all education, so that's really my niche, so I should be good there. Relevant, extremely relevant, because I want to go to grad school, and that requires a good GPA. And then time-based, the start date obviously was the 11th of January, and then it ends May 7th when the semester's over.
All right, straight A's. Good one. Sandy?
I actually used this, probably set this up about a month ago because I've always been saying, oh, I need to lose weight, I need to lose weight, I need to lose weight. And then I thought about SMART goals because just saying you're going to lose weight is more of a dream than a goal. So by using this, like building a formula to make it happen, and seeing my doctor and everything else, I kind of calculated exactly. So instead of just saying I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to lose 40 pounds, and measurable by obviously stepping on the scale. Is it achievable? I think it is, because I've given myself enough time. We kind of worked out a plan to limit how many calories I eat every day and make sure that I do 30 minutes of exercise every day. And so I'm giving myself 9 months to lose the 40 pounds. So that gave me very specific direction, like things I know I have to do every day and kind of a timeline to get it done. Whereas in the last year, it was just, oh, I need to lose weight, which didn't get me anywhere. So yeah, I was actually using this basically formula for a SMART goal that hopefully it'll happen.
I had, similar to you, Sandy, I went to step on the scale and I'm like, whoa, need to get back to where I usually am. So that means I have to lose 10 pounds. I want to lose 10 pounds by my birthday, which is March 11th. So that gives me enough time, especially since, so lose 10 pounds by March 11th. So that is the time portion. And then measurable, because I would have lost 10 pounds by March 11th, which is my birthday. It's achievable because I, one, have done it before, two, have a plan to do so, and it's realistic based on how I live and what I'm able to do. I'm going to accomplish this goal by, one, stopping eating out, stop ordering food, and actually cooking, because that usually helps. Oh no. And so not eating out as much, and then also getting at least 30 minutes of activity in a day, because working from home, I can definitely sit down almost all day and then get up to go then sit down again. So making sure that I'm active for at least 30 minutes a day, and then at least working out. I'm gonna give it once a week, because I know how I am. And is it realistic that I can do it once a week? Yes. If I said every day, it would not be, for me, achievable or relevant. And it is the right time because my birthday is coming up, and it's something, of course, that I want to be aware of. I just want to be healthier and make sure that I'm at my average, if not better. So come March 11th, we'll see how that's going to be. Either way, whatever beach has me on it is going to get whatever weight it is. But that is one of the SMART goals that I have. And then that is it for that. And everyone has gone. Yes. Okay. So now that we have an understanding of some SMART goals, I also wanted to share, because I know there are so many different ways. Some people like, writing it down, and thank you, Sandy, again, in their planners. Some people like having accountability partners to make sure that they're keeping on track. But there are some tools and resources that you can use, that I found that I thought were pretty cool to help make sure, just some resources to setting goals or to making sure that you're able to do them or reminded of them. So I'm going to open that up and share those with you. Okay, this is just a long list. Can you see it here? Are you able to see the Word document? I probably will have to stop sharing. All right, are you able to see this long, wonderful list of, awesome. So we have a lot of different goal setting resources. Of course, I have some phone apps that you can use, some other websites and resources, since of course we're not able to take our planner or organizer with us everywhere we go. So I'll send these out to you as well, but there's some pretty cool ones. If you've heard of any that are not on here, please let me know. Feel free to ask, so we can constantly keep this going and share these resources with each other. But some phone apps, Coach Me, it's a habit tracker. So if this is something where every day you have to track something, it's a great way to use it. And these are free unless it says so. Strides, calendar format, tracks your habits, but puts it into smaller pieces. So like if I say, I do want to lose 10 pounds, but it's just like, okay, how am I going to lose the first pounds? I can make those long or big goals a little bit smaller by cutting them into pieces. Google Goals. So I'm pretty sure a lot of us already have Google Calendar on our phones or somewhere, but there's a mobile app that you can use that has some pretty cool tools on there in terms of keeping track of goals. Habit Streak is almost like MyFitnessPal, if anyone has ever used that, but for habits. And if you like to be in competition with other people, it's a pretty cool way to do that. Way of Life, it lets you really create a lot of daily goals. So it's just like, if today I want to get all my homework done, or if today I want to make sure that I do not spend money, or I do write down all of those things I need to do. It's a great way to do that. Even drinking more water, which I do need a reminder to do a lot. Oh, Goal Buddy. This is an online tracking tool that you can use on your computer as well as your phone. Goal Enforcer is actually software, so that one isn't as much of an app. Goalscape, LiveTick. These are just some that you can use. I'll send this out. These are all links as well, so if you open it on your phone, it should take you to the App Store on Android or Apple for you to download them or make use of them. But just check them out. You can also just go to Google and type in different goal setting resources, because sometimes while we do have these SMART goals that we've set, one of the ways to make sure that we are achieving them, or how we can do that, is to set reminders or use of different resources, as well as your path counselor. So if at any time you're just like, okay, I have this goal, I'm not really sure how to go about it, we're here for that. That's specifically what we're here for. So as you know, we have our 3 path counselors for now: myself, Sandy, and Danica. And as I had mentioned a little bit earlier, I did move from SPC to USF, but I'm still at SPC. We're always at SPC. But so my email may change. So my email is now my very interesting last name, which is pronounced actually ajamang1@usf.edu. But if you do have been to email my SPC email address, it will still come to me. So with that, does anyone have any questions, any other things that you're noticing about goals, some type of accountability you would like? Is there anything that you all have questions on? We know what SMART goals are now. Are we confident about SMART goals and how we can help make these different things that we want to do a little bit easier to understand and plan and set out? Awesome. Okay, cool. All right. So right now, if we don't have any questions, I'm going to put up the link for the survey, and we can do that together, or do that now, and then continue going on to achieve these goals that we've set today. And then don't forget, I'll send out this list of goal setting resources as well as this template, so that way you can use it as many times as you would like to actually write out your different goals, and just make sure that when you are setting them, that they are SMART: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-based.